Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Alix Steel, Paul Sweeney. I think we're all used to the crazy numbers being thrown around in big tech and AI, but how about this one? Meta pays $14.3 billion for a 49% stake in a company called Scale AI. That seems like a big number to me. Then I read Mandeep Singh's research note, and it's 15 times enterprise value to sales, 15 times sales. Even for like AI tech, that seems crazy to me. So we hauled in Mandeep Singh here to defend this thing or explain it to us. Mandeep Singh, Senior Technology Analyst for Bloomberg Intelligence. Mandeep, I'm looking at your research. That's a big valuation for a big company like Meta to, I guess, scale up in AI. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, and they have a precedent. If you remember, they bought Instagram and WhatsApp back in the day. And if you look at the multiples, that seemed rich at that time. But look, I think in this case, clearly they have made all the right moves when it comes to CapEx. It's comparable to the Microsoft and the Googles of the world. But they've open sourced their model. It's just that when it comes to the usability, that's where they've been lacking the likes of OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google. And I think Mark Zuckerberg is trying to fix that by acquiring this data company. I mean, there's a lot of skepticism whether the data alone is the answer to catching up to the OpenAIs of the world. But clearly that seems to be the
noticed, being a former banker, that they didn't buy the whole thing and they didn't buy a controlling stake. Is this to get around government regulatory oversight, which kind of suggests they can't buy anything, control of anything?
Yes, and precedent here is what happened a year back with the other three hyperscalers. So Microsoft bought this company, Inflection AI, brought over the founder, Mustafa Suleyman. Google had an investment in this company, Character AI. They brought over the founder, Noam Shazir, and Amazon did something similar. So in all three cases, it wasn't an outright acquisition, but an investment with a 49% stake and getting over the co-founder. So that playbook is pretty well established at this point.
Is this a defense or offensive play?
I mean, it's defense because Meta has invested, $70 billion in CapEx just this year on OpenAI, on their AI investment, the data centers. So it's comparable to your OpenAI and Anthropic and Google, but it's just that their models are not as heavily used as some of the other names. And that's where, they are just trailing in engagement. I mean, they have the surface area. Think about it. They get almost 3 billion users to come on their family of apps, Instagram, WhatsApp, and the Core Blue app. They can deploy their AI, which they have done on WhatsApp, but it's just not used. So OpenAI is right now used by their daily active users for 29 minutes every day.
Wow.
Think of how much Meta AI is used, not even a minute.
Right.
So that just goes to show the usage here.
All right. You mentioned WhatsApp. I got to ask you this because this was back in my days covering the stock. When they bought WhatsApp, we said, they can monetize it at some point in the future. That was like 10 years ago, dude. They're just now putting advertising in and thinking about subscription type situation. Is this Meta actually finally trying to monetize WhatsApp?
Yes, and look, messaging is hard. I mean, think about Apple iMessage. Right. You can't really show an ad if you're saying your messages are encrypted. You can't really show a targeted ad there. So it's very different from your social media feed. At the same time, Meta does have a $10 billion existing business even before this launch on the update page or the update tab, where click to messaging ads. So they would show you an ad on their Messenger or even your Facebook feed with a click to WhatsApp. And they charge you for that. So a lot of small businesses do use that click to messaging ad, which is outside of WhatsApp, to bring people to WhatsApp and, solve for that customer service use case.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio Live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.